a lesson from Kabbalah on influence for leaders. So, small video on how to influence as leaders. We have to understand the core of the word influence in Hebrew, and then you see the deeper meaning, what it really means. So, if we go to the core of the Hebrew word for influence, the word is lehaspia, and lehaspia comes from the root shefa, abundance. So, if we want to influence, we must create abundance. So the first lesson is often if you want to influence people, are you coming from a place of transaction, or are you coming from a place that you really want to create abundance for the other? And this is very difficult because we all sense it when somebody's really, let's say, transaction oriented and we feel like a pawn in somebody else's game, or we really feel that people are operating from their heart and trying to do the best also for our lives. And in reality, you see it when you work with, let's say, suppliers or external stakeholders. Do you really think in relationship terms, or are you really transaction based? And you also see it internally with employees. In the Netherlands, we have, let's say, a contract, a psychological contract. Are you really to think about what's really in the interest of people, and how could we make them happy and fulfilled in the workplace, or are we really enforcing the contracts and laws and regulations? So then people will feel, oh yeah, he's creating abundance for me. The second lesson is, I believe around 20% of the leaders are not engaged in fulfilled in work. These are not my words. This is Gallup. Every year there's a research. So most of the leaders are out of the flow, out of their own abundance. That means what they do in work and what really fulfills them, what gives them energy, where there's a harmony with their strengths, is something else. So the second point, and this is much more difficult, is to align with your intrinsic motivation, your strength, and who you really are in essence, and align your work or the organization around it. So this can be your role in a company. You must work for another company. You can also be director of a company, that you must align the strategy of the company if it's yours. And it could even be when you're a director of private equity that you say, hey, I must align my portfolio with who I am. And then you will start feeling the flow internally, because otherwise you're too much on action oriented focus, and you feel like the flow of inspiration, the flow of energy is missing. Let me think, do I have a third one for this? Lehaspia, shefa. No, I think these ones are two very practical ones for now. So good luck with influencing. So influencing is not really about using the right words or having power over people. The core of influence from Hebrew comes from the root shefa. It has to do with abundance. We can only create abundance if we are in abundance. So we must channel the power that we have in us, and people feel the difference when we are operate really from a transaction-based modus, or are we really operating from a modus of wanting to create abundance for the others?